is already zero.
Okay.
I'll just
Hello.
forward it in.
Hey, hi all. Thank you for joining. Let's start maybe after 2 more minutes. Let's see if some more people will join. Yeah, there are 10 people now.
No.
Let's wait for 1 more minute, guys. So we can go ahead and start. So I request you guys to be interactive in the chat so that I know like if you guys are understanding what I'm saying or able to relate it. So just keep engaging in the chat if you have any questions or clarifications so I can resolve on spot. So yeah, like already Anand has collected all the questions and he's here with his friend. So we'll be going through the questions one by one and try my best to answer those.
So yeah, a lot of people haven't asked the question, but still they will. I think just I don't know.
Yeah.
So first question is from Susir, computer science department, third year. What would you want us to work on? So I'll repeat the question. First questions. First question is from Susir. He's from CSC department, third year. He asks, what would you want us to work on? Expectation from industry amidst recession, given we are in Feb and our placement could start from June or July.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Can we copy paste in the chat also?
Yes,
People
yeah.
can see.
I'll just paste this whole question.
Right. So, like, it's a little complicated question, right? Like, so one thing is what is the uh, thing? Like, it depends on what the skill level you are already having. So, it's better to strengthen that, or we should choose a totally different skill set and start working on that. So, it depends on what stage you are. So, if you're already into some basic coding and familiar with DSA, it is good if you focus on that and try to become good in that for now so that there is still value for someone who is very good in that field. So for me also, like I joined Amazon during the layoffs were still happening, but because my interview was good, they still considered it will be a good asset for them to consider hiring. So even when they were laying off, they were still hiring because their requirements will be there. But thing is, you have to prove that you're in the top 1% of all the people. So you'll be safeguarded even in the worst case. chances are less that they will impact you in any way. So yeah, like it depends on your skills definitely, and definitely on depending on situation you have to keep monitoring. So currently there are other opportunities also. If one is not doing good, like tech layoffs are happening, there are other domains like content creation and video editing, graphic designing. All these fields are taking off slowly, so you can explore that, but it depends on you. Like if you think you cannot, it will be best suited in this field, you can continue or else consider others.
Shall we move on to next question? I pasted the same question which he had
Yeah.
asked. I'll just move on to another question.
Yeah, I hope I answered the question, Sushil. If not, you can just follow up and ask anything.
Yeah. Second question is from Fiza. She's from EC department, third year. Uh, Fiza EC department from third year. She has asked, what if we have backlogs? Cannot we attend campus interview with backlogs?
Yeah, for most of the campus interview companies that they come, they have eligibility criteria where there should be no backlogs. Even for off campus, also sometimes there is. Uh, so you preferably clear it in the summer semester in May or in June or sometime, right? And otherwise, off campus, there are sometimes they would want you to have no backlog when you're joining. During interview, it is fine. By the time you graduate, you should be completing all the courses and all. So yeah, I'm sure if you can complete by this summer semester.
So next question is from Amog. What was your day in a life like when you were in your third and fourth semester? Did you maintain greater than 75% attendance on all courses? In which semester did you start competitive programming?
Okay. Like I don't know why he's asking particularly third and fourth semester. That's when I had my lowest attendance, and I regretted that. Like got all failed due to attendance and all, and academically score was also less. After that, I almost kept 100% because I had learned a hard lesson not to ignore academics that much. Uh, so it's a balance. You have to balance. Like I've seen very few people who can properly balance attendance also, and take out the time to do competitive coding and also be socializing and take care of their health. So for me it was very hard to balance. My health slowly I neglected, and social life neglected, like that. So if you can balance it, do it, yeah, but otherwise your priority is you have to ensure you at least get a degree. Like try for safe option first, and then for a riskier better package options, like that. So what was your day in a life like when you were? So yeah, like it was hectic, man. Like I think fourth semester especially was the most hectic. I lost a lot of hair and weight that time. It is expected, like, but by fifth, sixth sem, it became better for me because uh, subjects, like most of the major subjects like OS, DBMS were done in fourth sem, and whatever next subjects were there, like they were okay, little bit easier, and my team was also good, so I could get their help and do it balance, distribute the work.
Next question is from Imad Raza Khan. I have completed 9 months as SD1 backend. I am not able to switch some of the companies. Some of the companies are saying we are only hiring for more than 1 year experienced candidates. What do we do now?
Yeah. So 9 month, if you just 3 more months, preferably you can complete and do that. But if you're asking this question, if you are not able to complete, then better not show a gap. Try to do something in open source or freelancing, something or a side project, something which will be impactful. It should not look like a hobby project. Uh, it will help you to cover the gap to some extent, but preferably try to get any company like 1+ experience is very hard criteria. They won't compromise on that. Even if you say internship 3, 4, 6 months, they won't listen. Yeah, that's the option you have. And I think one more question I missed previously. In which semester did you start CP? I started before joining engineering only. Like as soon as my JA exam got over, I came home and started coding. I knew like this is what will be next thing for me. So even before JA exam, I was like already looking into this. So I took a lot of time. Like I'm not one of those topper friends that I had who used to do it in 6 months. I did a lot of coding. I spent a lot of time. So I'm like more like a hard worker in that sense.
So Astos Bajaj Bhaiya is asking how to start freelancing.
So I myself didn't do freelancing, so I don't know, but I just know that it is little hard to get into beginning. But once you get in, it is you will get works. Otherwise, for newbies, they won't know if you will actually be able to finish the work. And you have to be very skilled in one particular skill set. So it has a steep learning curve, and many people started doing that during COVID time also, especially, and it became kind of very competitive. So it is little hard to get in.
So next question is from Anurag. He's saying that, hi Bhaiya, when you didn't get on campus placement, then how you cracked off campus SDE role? Even I want to be software developer, so please guide us how to apply for off campus placement and how to prepare for it.
Yeah, that's also luckily this first off campus I cracked was for Hackathon Power Programmer. That will probably start for your batch also soon. They didn't have that criteria, or if even if they had at that time when I was giving the test, it started from February, I think. Like first online test was there, and then after 2 months another online test, and June August we had the on-site finals in Pune. So by that time, before on-site, I think just 1 or 2 weeks before I had cleared the backlog, and they didn't have a hard criteria until then. But before graduating, before I joined them, they should be totally clear. So that way, off campus was better, but on campus they won't do, because whichever on campus they had come, currently backlog if I had, even if I'll be able to clear in 1 or 2 months, they didn't even take eligible for interview also.
Next question is from Imad again. Since 9 months I am working as backend, should I also explore front-end tech stack, or should I focus more on backend only?
Yeah, so demand, depending on demand, right? So if you do full stack, there is good demand. So if you know both, you have not limited your options. If someone is looking for full stack or front end, you get option. So for your priorities, first get a job, then front end job, back end job. That's the priority, right? So you should not have a gap. After 1 or 2 year experience, you can have the liberty to choose. But if you block yourself with backend, it's hard to go back to others. But if you start with a full stack, if you like one of the other, you can go, or you can continue as full stack. So be open to learning in the initial career years.
So here, next question is from me itself. That how means what do you prefer here? Practicing more and more DSA questions, or doing competitive programming, or doing development. So if you are in a phase where recession was going to hit, what would you have done?
Right. So recession, this currently is specifically for tech, right? So
Yes.
big companies like Fang, they were targeting on DSA more, and startup like companies like mid-tech startup like Swiggy, Uber, they wanted DSA also, and also they focus more on machine coding round. Here it's more about a low-level design and solid principle design principles. So like how we have Java labs or object-oriented programming, something like that. So it's more about development oriented, not really optimization, but how you design things, object and classes, databases design. So for now, yeah, preferably you can do that. Development also should be there, and coding, maybe not competitive coding level, the standard DSA questions that are usually asked, you can focus on that. But for online tests, if you're giving something like Hackathon fee, there they ask very high competitive coding questions. So if you can look for other opportunities that will come later, they won't be that difficult. Like these initially they'll be very competitive because everyone is applying, they want to shortlist only few, they'll give very difficult questions, but eventually they will give slightly easier. So first finish the standard ESA questions, then if you have time you go with competitive coding level questions only if required, only if you see I'm not able to clear online rounds. But if you clear online round standard ESA, if you're not able to do because it's some linked list or some basic question, then it's no use if you did, even if you did CP, because for me also same thing happened for Amazon internship.
So here, next thing is that a lot of people are afraid. Means like yesterday night only, a junior messaged me that at our time, means he is 1 year junior to me, and he messaged me that at our time the recession is going to be at peak. So means somewhere or the other, I also fear, and my classmates also fear about recession. And yesterday also, a teacher had when she or he was addressing the class, they told that very soon you are going to get a mail that 50% of the companies are not going to come on campus. So how to tackle that fear, how to remove that fear, and how to make ourselves recession proof, so that we can go off campus, or because on campus the companies are going to be very limited, and the roles also are very limited. So how to make ourselves recession proof like that?
Right. So there is like couple of answer I can tell. One is philosophy, like motivation I can give. One more thing, what logically you can try to do is, since the off campus is there, your competition is much bigger. But also you should take advantage in on campus. Your competition will be your friends also. So you may be little careful. Okay, I have to just do better than him. Now you have to do better than most of the competitors outside. So you try to collaborate with your friends. Like that's what helped me. Me and my friend Vaishnav, we actually were not okay friends until engineering, and when we after engineering, when we wanted to crack good companies, we started having daily meetings, almost daily meetings, and pair programming kind of coded together. So if you are doing it together, you will be learning each other in a faster way. So this way you try to get to the top faster. You take this advantage, take this time you have now, try to collaborate and become in the top. So if you are in the top 1%, then you don't have any fear, because they won't lay off the whole company, right? Even if they close the whole company, there are still some companies that want top talents. They only want top talents. And even if they lay off 90%, they still have a remaining 10%. So you have to come in that. So in that way, you all guys can do that. Like it's all about your mentality. You have to have that kind of lion mindset. Like come what may, no matter what we have to do. Because even for me, I was doing my internship at Samsung. That's when COVID happened and lockdown started, and they totally freezed hiring everywhere. So that time totally uncertainty was there. Even whatever offer I already had, that also was not getting a confirmation when to join or anything. So like no, in our batch especially, nobody was hiring. Only 1 plus 2 year experience, we were being freshers, nobody were hiring. So like luckily I got one contest hiring from Geeks for Geeks and took a good rank. So if I didn't get a good rank, if opportunity was there but I was not able to clear, it was my fault. So if uncertainty phase is there, just keep preparing, just keep preparing, and just see if you find that effort can be put in something else that will help you better than doing coding only. If that you can find such a skill set, you can do that. Otherwise, if you're already halfway into coding, if you still keep doing better in that, you will be able to find.
So next question is from Ashutosh Bhaiya. I'm in Big Four from past 7 months and now for a product-based company. Uh, what will you suggest to cover topics before start applying for product-based company, and how much time it will take me to prepare?
Okay. So Big Four is probably usually like people.
He's in PwC.
Okay. So what is the role there? Like it's not product role, I think, is it?
Yes, right. It's not product-based. I mean, I think that service-based role is there.
Okay, okay. Uh, Applying for what will you suggest to cover, and how much time will it take to? So approximately 10 algorithms and 10 data structures are there. Approximately, I forgot the number. I think data structures are 12 or 13 algorithms, some 8, 7 to 8, like very basic important ones. Those you have to do like at least on an average 15 to 20 problems in each category. Depends, if it is like a dynamic programming category, it has a lot of subcategories again, 1D, 2D, bottom, top down. So these will take little more time. If it is something like a stack or queue, 15, 20 problems will be more than enough. So make a list of all these topics and how many problems you can solve. There are already some lists people have done, like drivers or Lobovers SD sheets. You can follow that. That will be a good start. After that, while you are job hunting, if you start, then you can parallelly keep solving, practicing more, and revising those same problems. How much time it will take to prepare? Yeah, depends on individual. I think you don't need to rush it. Like don't say okay, still it is taking more time. It will burn out if you try to overdo in 2 3 days totally. If you spend time, then again 2 3 days you will not be able to make any progress. It's like burnout that happens. Like I've been through that multiple times. So usually 6 months at least dedicated effort is required. uh, People sometimes do faster also. So try not to keep that much as target, since you're already having one company. Try to balance that work and try not to get burnout and do it.
So yeah, next question. I think everyone would be having in mind that how to reach out to seniors or people who are working in a company for referral, and what on what basis, like you must have also given reference to someone, some friends also. On what basis you will judge a person that yes, he is eligible for referral and I would give him referral, like that?
Yeah. So be like to the point. It's not like a very big thing. So some maybe in government or civil engineering, referral means like they think it's like some influence and all, but in software engineering IT, it's not like that. It's a very small thing, like people will do nowadays. It's that common, like if you just ask, they will do it. Just takes them 1 or 2 minutes. And that's why like many referrals are happening, more than career portal referrals are happening. And recruiters also treat it pretty much the same way. But still it is preferably better means instead of applying in careers. So ask straightforward and just tell about your points in bullet points, why you think you'll crack the interview, because they'll give you opportunity if you show that you're close to crack, or more than enough. Your link lead code profile or geeks or geeks profile, or more than CodeChef, these will be better. Otherwise, CodeChef, Code Forces kind of profiles also are good. Just to show you'll be able to at least crack the first 2 3 rounds. After that final round, they'll ask a little bit about projects and other theory subjects. For that, you can just keep in your resume a link in the PDF form of Google Drive link, which they can open and see if they want. But otherwise, they just see the coding profile and give. And if you're trying for very early stage startup, more than DSA, they want your actual development skills. Then, if you have done some open source or whatever college project you have done, put it in GitHub and share that GitHub link. They'll see that profile, what tech stack you have worked on, and they are very specific about tech stack when it comes to startup. So whatever they are working on, they'll prefer you worked on the same. So yeah, like that way, like see what they require and just give them that. Don't send your whole resume and expect they'll read. Nobody will read the whole resume. If they want you to condense and tell, so in the message, compile according to what requirement they will be having. Instead of showing you are this good in these many things, what they require. They don't want to know if you're a very good cricketer or some a singer. They want to know if you are good in what they require. So just focus on that and message them. They'll most certainly refer.
And where how to not get lost in so many things, like for example, I have seen people that parallelly only they will start 10 thing doing 10 things at a time, because of which what happens that not a single thing they are able to complete. I means I start many things at a time and I'm not able to complete anything
Right.
properly. So how to keep our mind straightforward that I have to do this, how to prioritize things.
Right. So this is something even I struggled with. Like even I try to balance sometimes and overdo it myself and think I'll be able to do. I will do, but next day I'll be like totally burned out, not feeling like doing anything. So you have to balance. Like for me, meditation helped to some extent, and other than that, there is some you can see some YouTube videos on power of saying no. Just many things are actually not important. We just say okay, it's small thing, not a big deal. But these small things will only pile up and become a big problem. So try build the habit of saying no. It's like your friend might think, what man, you're saying no all these days. You said yes. It's not that big a deal. They'll forget it. So see if you can say no to all these small things. That will, and then you can be easily able to focus on the important ones.
Uh, Astos Bhaiya is asking, in product-based companies, interview accept TSA. What can be percentage of OSCN and DBMS, etc.? And this is a question for many of our classes, batch students also.
Yeah.
That since they are having placements in less than 4 months, so what order means? How would you rate the subject? Like which subject should be preferred more, OSCN, DBMS,
Okay.
OOPS, or DSA, like that?
Yeah, so again, it depends on company, right? But in general, if I have to say for placements on campus, I have seen DBMS and then OS and CS, CN, I think, right? CS.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
So DBMS and OS are very important, and OOPS also. Like CN only if it is more like a networking company. Otherwise, a normal companies, they mainly ask this 2 3 standard questions. If I hit www.com, then what will happen? This only they will ask mainly. So these top three things, 2 3 4 questions like network stack, OSI model, and all. Other than that, DBS OS also like very typical standard questions only they will ask. Very few companies go dive deep and ask in detail. But oops also you should prioritize.
I think that we have no more questions.
Okay. So yeah, if you guys have any more questions, you can put in the live chat here only. Okay. How long will you suggest to cover these topics?
These means
Yeah, subjects,
the
theory
subjects,
subjects, right?
theory subjects.
So maybe give like 1 to 2 months, maybe 1 or 2 week per subject, depending on the difficulty. And no need to do it like exam level, like end to end. See like Google for top interview questions for DBMS, top interview questions for OS. Follow some YouTube playlist like Sanchit Jain or someone, and only the mostly asked questions you can focus on more. 1 or 2 months will be enough.
So Suman is asking, I'm a third sem EC student doing lot of coding from first year. How to approach as EC student as I made my mind to work in tech field? Do lead code be effective profile?
Yeah, definitely lead code will help. So since you've been already doing that, once you're done with lead code, then you can explore computer programming a bit. Since you're in third sem, I think you'll be able to find time for that. So maybe you can target for hack with Infi next year. They will. You can see what kind of difficulty they ask and try to do contests on a regular basis. That will help you time management and pressure management for doing these online tests. And as a EC student, like off campus, it will not matter much. They are open for branches also, like even mechanical people can get in. So yeah, this is important for them, coding and all. Mm, and yeah, if you can still find time, do little development like open source or side project which you can put in your GitHub, because you'll have that one disadvantage compared to CS, which they'll ask in final round hiring manager if you have done anything, any projects. So if you're explaining your ENC projects, they may not understand or see how that will help them. So pick some popular tech stack, front end, back end, anything, and do some small projects and put in your profile.
Falcon is saying I have 200 plus lead code and continuously focusing on DSA. Shall I apply for off-campus role now?
Yeah, 250 is good. You can start applying. This is good number, but yeah, like expect it to be take long time. Like even it might go 6 months now. Current situation, you have to keep applying, like solving problems. You keep attempting, and sometimes solutions will click or not click. So like that only you have to think of job hunting. Keep on applying. By the time you get, you would have probably solved 400, 500 questions by that much time. Yeah.
He's also asking that, or should I start studying OSDBMS CN for placements?
Okay. So for off campus, these subjects are not that important. I've seen like very few companies ask like DBMS, they'll ask database design is important. You can spend like 1 month and finish it off. Like OSDBMS, you can do it parallel. It's not like as difficult as lead code, right? You already know that in exams you're done. It's more about revision and solve some problems in OS and DBMS, and follow the top interview questions and all. You can either do it parallelly or do it finish them off in 1 or 2 months and get back with coding. Yeah, other than this, like I'll probably circulate one meetup link where you guys, if you want to connect on one also, right? Maybe 10, 15 minutes like that. So I'll ask Anand to share it where if you guys have any particular specific questions that you want to ask one, we can have that. Or if you guys want to come and meet me at home also, I'll be close to PB main gate only. It's like by 10, 15 minutes by walk. Evening sometimes we can connect and discuss face to face also. Okay, then I think we can end the session then. We'll connect one to one if anyone has anything. Thank you all. Bye. Thank you, Anand.
Thank you.